Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony. I'm here with the beautiful Sylvia. We are going, we're running a little bit late. We went to the zoo. So I got to say hi to some old friends at the Cougar Mountain Zoo. Molu, the Moluccan cockatoo, and Payaso, the hyacinth macaw. And now we are coming down here. Let me show you our path into the woods. So we are coming to our place. Look how green. I love how green it is here. How magic is that? It looks like the cottonwood is, I don't know what the proper word is. I say blooming, but all this copperwood fluff on the trail. As we walk down to the river to do our pipe ceremony. Down this magical fairy path. Thank you for your patience. I apologize for being a little late. Here we come. Down the little hill. And there you can see the river. Here we are, this beautiful little spot. My little medicine wheel I made here that nobody has messed with, so that's a plus. So this is our spot here. Look at that beautiful river. The wildlife. It's a perfect place for a sacred pipe ceremony. So give me a couple more minutes here as I get set up. I need to rebuild. You want me to throw a rock into the river for you? Sure, I can do that. Hold on. All right. Are you ready? There you go. That was fun. I need to kind of rebuild my little state-of-the-art Stone Age No, I didn't vote for him. Anyway, we are here. It's beautiful. We're on the Cedar River in Washington. The sun's about to be going down a little bit. And we're gonna do sacred pipe ceremony. which I will kind of talk about here as I set up my altar. So, if you're new, welcome. I am Patrick, a friendly neighborhood shaman. I do this every Wednesday evening, and I've been doing this since the beginning of the pandemic, when we couldn't meet in person. I started sharing these ceremonies online on Facebook. I'm relatively new to doing this on YouTube, so I'm still just getting the hang of things. But the sacred pipe, this, you may know it as the peace pipe, as Hollywood has labeled it, and old westerns and stuff. But it's the most sacred medicine object of the Lakota people, and has been around for over 2,000 years. 19 generations to be exact, because the 19th generational pipe carrier, his name is Chief Orville Looking Horse, and he has the original medicine bundle, the original sacred pipe that White Buffalo Calf Woman brought to the Lakota people 19 generations ago. And so when we smoke the pipe, we connect to that original pipe and the original intention, which was unification, bringing people together. Let's see. And if I'm distracted, if I keep looking over that way, because I'm looking for my friend Thomas the Crow. He comes and visits when I come down here to do pipe ceremony. And so I like to bring him food, so we brought him food. We had, I guess it was lunch at the little diner in North Bend, Washington, where they filmed Twin Peaks. It was like the best omelet I think I've ever had, so I brought it was huge, so I brought the rest of my omelet and hash browns that I couldn't finish for lunch to share with Thomas if and when he comes. So, we are going to do sacred pipe ceremony. I just kind of told you a little bit about it. When White Buffalo Calf Woman, well, there you are. Come on, Thomas. I was just buzzed. He was upset. I was talking about feeding him, but I wasn't feeding him. Come on, Thomas. That was hilarious. There you go. That'll do ya. That kind of scared me. Anyway, so when White Buffalo Calf, the pipe was brought to the Lakota people by a spirit woman named White Buffalo Calf Woman. And she brought the original pipe, and she spent time with the Lakota people, teaching them about the pipe, how to smoke it in a sacred manner. And she gave them a total of 7 different ceremonies that all revolved around the pipe. As she explained, The stem of the pipe is the divine masculine, and the bowl of the pipe is the divine feminine. So when we put the pipe together to smoke it, we are unifying the masculine and feminine, the light and the dark, the hard and the soft, all of those seeming dualities as one. And so basically, when we bring the pipe together, this is church. This is like the divine presence in our hands. And so when we smoke it, it opens a channel straight to Creator. So everything, when we put the pipe together until we take it apart, is just basically one giant prayer. And everything you think about, everything, every intention you set, while the pipe is together, goes straight to Creator. No stopping, no filling out things in triplicate, no waiting. It's just straight to Creator. That's how powerful this is. And so that is why it is so pertinent today still to be doing the sacred pipe ceremony, because it's really about, I didn't pull everything out yet. It's really about unification. You know, originally it was when White Buffalo Calf Woman originally brought the pipe, it was a time of drought and hunger for the tribe. They had all banded together to help each other, but at the same time, it was a time of a lot of infighting and bickering. And so she brought the pipe as a way to help unify the people. And then, in a bigger sense, as it's still smoked today, still invoking that original message of good relations. Today we smoke it in with the intention of unifying all of humanity, right? The medicine wheel, if you know what that, not the stone one I have in front of me, but the medicine wheel, it's a hoop with a cross in it, and then it's got the 4 different colors: red, white, black, and yellow. Those are the 4 races of humans. And when we smoke the pipe, we unify the pipe, we're also working on unifying all of humanity. Work on that, on unifying the masculine and feminine within ourselves, masculine and feminine within our human race, bringing all races together. And really, the stem being the divine masculine. This is organic, it's wood, and it wears out, right? It's temporary, just like our physical bodies, like our physical lives here. It's temporary. Then you have the feminine. Duck! We have the divine feminine, which is the center of the universe. The womb, just like we put in the tobacco and we light it, it's like the fire, that divine spark in the womb of the universe, the womb of the mother, that is unchanging and eternal. So in a way, we are also connecting our temporary physical selves to our eternal spirit. And when you'll see in time, during parts of the ceremony, I actually will turn my pipe around, and it always revolves around the bowl. The bowl is the center of the universe, and everything revolves. The stem revolves around it. So, let's see, what am I missing? Oh. And so what the ceremony looks like, especially for people who are new, just so you can kind of follow along. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drum. I'm going to call in safe and sacred space, calling in the spirits and the elements to hold this higher frequency of light and love around us. And what that does for us, it means that because we're surrounded in this higher frequency, we can let go of our own fears, our own issues, our own armor and our walls so that we can open up to receive the blessings coming from Spirit. So once I have that safe and sacred space, I'm going to light um, some smudge. I'm going to light some sage. I'm going to smudge everything on my little altar right here, myself, my companion, and then I will send some to you as well through the magic of the internet and send you some smudge. And then I'm going to raise my pipe and say a prayer asking permission to smoke in this place at this time. And assuming that the answer is yes, that's when I will put the pipe together, and then I will say some prayers. I'm going to put 4 pinches of tobacco into the bowl. That part I do out loud, so you'll hear the prayers and offerings, etc. that I make while I'm doing that. When I'm done with that, White Buffalo Catwoman, who I mentioned earlier, the one that brought the original pipe, she is actually one of my main spirit guides. She's the reason I do this. She's the one who led me to doing this. And she taught me a song that she asked me to sing before each ceremony that I facilitate. So once I have my pipe filled, I will sing that song. And then that's when I will light the pipe. And then the next part I do in silence. But what you'll see me doing, the pipe will be together, and I'll take a puff, and then I will offer the pipe, right, the breath in first to the 4 directions, to Father Sky, to Mother Earth. I'll do a circle for all our relations, and then straight up to Creator. And then I will pause for a moment of silent prayer with the stem to my forehead, the bowl to my heart. And then I will come back, I'll relight the pipe, and then I'll take a great big puff of smoke and I'm going to blow it straight at my camera. That is the time when you can say your biggest, bestest prayers or set your biggest, bestest intentions. That's a blessing coming from the pipe, from my heart, from the spirits of the tobacco to you through my camera and by the magic of the internet and the holographic universe, through whatever device you're watching this on, into your heart. So then I will continue to smoke for intentions of my own, intentions people have asked me to pray for. In fact, if you ever have anything you would like me to pray for you to help bolster your prayers and such, you can email me, you can connect with me through my website at perchingwolfstudios.net. And I have a little book that I keep on my altar. I keep it in my pouch with my tobacco, and I write down the intentions of what people have asked, so it stays here. And I do this almost every day. So almost every day, those prayers are on my altar getting reinforced with the blessings from the pipe and the smoke. And so let me know. But so I will continue to smoke and blow breath blessings. And then when it feels complete, I will raise my pipe again. I will say a prayer. Recently, the prayers at the end, one of the things I do amongst so many things is I speak light language. And I've been letting the light language come through for that final prayer. And so you're not going to the words aren't going to make sense to your rational mind, but just feel them, listen to the syllables, feel the energy of those words coming and landing in your heart. It transcends the mind. And the prayers, I find that the prayers when I do that are so much more powerful than using actual language, right? So then I will sing a song and That's when I will take my pipe apart, and that'll be the end of the ceremony. Um, and then we'll sit and visit for a little bit. Usually something comes through afterwards. I'll talk for a little bit. There's usually some nuggets of wisdom that come out of my mouth from where I don't know, but I hope you will stick around for that as well. Um, and to say at the beginning, my only request is that you please share this video. In these troubled times, there are so many people who need the groundingness, the structure, the sacred space to be able to connect to spirit. And so the more people I can reach doing these ceremonies, the better we all are. So please share this video. And if you enjoy this and you wish to reciprocate in a different way, I do have my PayPal and Venmo links in the description of this video. And anything you give me is so beyond appreciated. This is my day job. And so every little bit helps. And every little bit comes and supports me in my life, in my journey, so that I have more to offer you to help you and support you on your journey. So from my heart to yours, thank you so much. All right, let's do ceremony, shall we? Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Thomas here. Again, if you see me looking to the side, I might be a little distracted because my friend Thomas the Crow, I laid out some omelet and hash browns for him. So hopefully he will be coming and enjoying his dinner. All right, so here we go. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every way. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Majakiwas, and Waboos, there is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo, buffalo calf woman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane bayama okane bayama okane bayama okane okane bayama okane bayama okane bayama okane okane bayama okane Bayama Okane, Bayama Okane. grandfather eagle, we send a voice. Ta kahai maho, tabaha kakai, na ho ho patikahei, tasha hahamanawahu, ti ngagahai, tonopa kapoi, tahai kadai, pahoma o papakahi, tai gabaho obaha, tasho pabaha kitahe, uka ai ma o adakatai, uka pai da homaga, tadakitahe, taho kapaha hake, taha kabaho. Tata aka amarakapo, tahe, tahakapahai tuhukapai, tahabatakoho, okapahai kataha, tahe katapo o katakahe, palamakaha, tai, tahokapai, takabaho ukatahakahe, akapaha kaho, tahe. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi, ihi, ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Ihi la ihi o. Oofda. Oof. So I hope every time I do this ceremony, it's amazing. It's just every time is different. Every time is it always catches me by surprise how powerful it is. And if you're watching this, I thank you. Part of your energy. This is not spectator sport. If you're watching this, you are taking part. Your energy is a part of this. Even if you're watching this years from now, your energy still affects what happens here tonight. I started doing this during the pandemic. It was really, I am not Native, but my teacher was from the Sun Bear tradition. Her teachers were Lakota, and she passed it on to me, and it is just such a privilege to pass it on to you. And you don't need to be indigenous in order to be a pipe carrier. And obviously you don't need to be indigenous to benefit from it. It's about uniting us, like Standing Bear, the great chief of the Ponca tribe. He was the first, I don't know if he was the only, but he was, if not the only, he was the first Native American to successfully sue the United States government for habeas corpus. Is that what it's called? He's the one who so famously said, "If you cut me, do I not bleed? Is my blood not as red as yours?" And that is the red of the stone, the pipestone, the catlinite, is the red of the blood of all people, regardless of race, regardless of color, regardless of anything. We are all one family. And like the medicine wheel, where it's the 4 different distinct colors, We are all distinct individuals, but we are under the same sacred hoop, a part of the same family. Like when I used to go to, there used to be a music festival I would go to every year. And they don't do it anymore, but it was called Fairy Worlds. It was this beautiful celebration of the Fae, the fairy folk. And what the MC there for many years, he would stop everything and he says, okay, I want you to check something. I want you to look. You have a belly button? So do I. That means we're all related. We're all one people, and that is the spirit of the pipe, is to bring together all people as one people. To live in a world where love and respect are the guiding principles, where we see the highest in each other. Just like when we say namaste, the divine in me greets the divine in you. Every person, every being is divine by nature. We came back from the zoo today, and we got to feed the wallaby. And the wallaby, I'm looking in the eyes of this little creature and I'm feeding him apple, and he's looking back at me, and it's like there was no difference. The divine in me saw the divine in him. And that's what it's about. It's about seeing beyond the surface, beyond the appearance, to recognizing that there is just one of us here. The total sum of hearts and souls and minds in the universe is one. We're all part of that same original source energy. And as I continue my spiritual growth, my spiritual path, to uncover more and more of my integrity, my authenticity, my wholeness, I get closer to that source. And as you continue to grow and to follow your spiritual path, whatever that unique path is, your unique relationship with that divine source, you get closer to that source. In other words, no matter who you are, our destination is the same, because that original source is who we are inside. So when I find the ultimate divine self of me, there you will be. And when you find that divine source in you, there I'll be. We're just walking each other home. And so it doesn't matter what your beliefs are, it doesn't matter what traditions you follow, your heart is your authority. And that's what White Buffalo Calf woman told me a while back, a long time ago. Because I kept asking, is it okay for me to do this ceremony? Is it okay for me to do this ceremony on video? And her first response was like, whose idea do you think it was in the first place? And her second thing to tell me was that my heart was my authority, that this ceremony, and I was raised Catholic. I went from Catholic to pagan, and then I discovered that I am and always have been a shaman. And this ceremony is the ceremony that speaks the most deeply to me. When I do this ceremony, even though I'm not physically red-skinned, even though I'm physically don't have that heritage, my main heritage is Irish Celt. But I was born in this land, and so I am connected to this land, the spirits of this land, and I honor the ancestors and the spirits of this land. And this ceremony speaks the most to me. And that is the authority with which I do this ceremony. And I asked, a number of years ago, I did a pilgrimage back to Bear Lodge, which also known as Devil's Tower, which I found out in the meantime was where White Buffalo Calf Woman presented the original pipe to the Lakota people. And it took us like 3 days to get there, so every night we stopped and I did pipe ceremony in that place, honoring the spirits and the ancestors of that place. And then I got to Devil's Tower, to Bear Lodge. I did ceremony there, and I asked White Buffalo Calf Woman, like, how do I justify myself to others? And she's like, what she told me was, you don't. She said, you just went halfway across the country, honoring the spirits, honoring the ancestors. You have created a swath of support halfway across the country. You are doing this under their watch, under their approval. If anyone challenges you, tell them to consult their own guides and their own ancestors. Number one, if they don't have guides and ancestors to consult, they have no business challenging you. If they do have ancestors and guides, their guides and ancestors will connect to the guides and ancestors that you have with you, and they will know that you are for real. So that is why I do this. White Buffalo Calf Woman has been one of my guides for almost 20 years. She showed up at the very first Vision Quest I did, along with Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull, I was actually, like I said, I was raised Catholic. So I always prayed to Jesus. I was always really close to Jesus and Mary, right? And so I'm at this Vision Quest. I'm talking to Jesus like it was nothing, Son of God, Savior of the world. And I'm just chatting with him. And then Sitting Bull shows up. I'm like, oh my God, the Sitting Bull? Is like, I went all fanboy because Sitting Bull was sitting. I just finished talking to the Son of God, but there was Sitting Bull. It was like, oh my God, the Sitting Bull. But anyway, what Sitting Bull told me was, even though we are not your ancestors of blood, we are your ancestors of spirit. And what I found out from another shamanic teacher, Tom Cowan, years after that, is that we have 3 different kinds of ancestors. We have ancestors of blood, which is our physical heritage. We have ancestors of spirit that can be whatever tradition. When all of a sudden you see some ancient Egyptian thing and it calls to your heart, those are the ancestors of your spirit. And then there are the ancestors of story, which are the ancestors like White Buffalo Calf. I mean, there's give and take between those 3 categories. But like the heroes of story, like Hercules, or even more modern day, I wear a chakram from the Xena Warrior Princess TV show because she is one of my ancestors of story. And the ancestors support you in being who you are. And I had a friend one time who was also, well, I don't know what her heritage is, but she was non-indigenous, she was white, but she lives basically on the road. They camp in different places, they get jobs, they can move on someplace else. So she is like on the earth, sleeping on the earth every day, swimming in the rivers, under the sun. And she works with the ancestors of place as well, the ancestors of the land. And she asked me one time, she's like, have you ever run into ancestors who chided you for doing their traditions? And I was like, no. And she was like, I haven't either. And my experience is that, for instance, an ex-girlfriend had a sacred pipe left over from a former ex of hers who had died, and she offered it to me, and I was like, no, this isn't right for me. And it came that we needed to bury it and return it to the earth. And so we went down to Point Defiance, Washington, just near Tacoma, and we went into the woods. I called in sacred space, we did a ceremony, we buried the pipe, and I felt such an elation. The connection, the spirits and the ancestors of the land were so excited for someone to be honoring them, to be listening to their heart, to be connecting to spirit. They never were like, hey, who are you? You're not supposed to do those things. If it calls to your heart, that is all the authority you need. You know, and like I said, I was pagan. I am pagan, I guess, in a way. And it's like, and it harm none, do as you will. Whatever strengthens your heart, whatever feels good in your heart, is automatically for the highest benefit of all beings. Because it's through the heart that we are connected to all beings. And it is your heart that connects you to Creator. So if you're living from your heart and your heart tells you to do something, your heart has already done the calculations. It's taken everybody else, including Creator, into the equation and said, this is for the highest good. You don't need to question that. When your heart tells you something, your heart knows what's best, because that is the voice of God, the voice of Creator, the voice of Goddess telling you what your path is. And no one has the authority to question that. Hi, Thomas. You saw me kind of laughing at the end of the ceremony. I looked over and Thomas had picked up, I have some leftover omelet and hash browns from lunch that I threw out there for him. And he had this big chunk of omelet just hanging from his beak. It was hilarious. Anyway, so I hope that is helpful. I hope that that is what I am here to do. I am your friendly neighborhood shaman. I am here to support you in any way I can. Support you in connecting to that heart, connecting to your unique heart path. And so if you would like to work with me personally, either readings or healings or teachings, oh my, you can visit my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, where you can find out more about me. You can see the different shamanic services I offer. I've got some classes that'll be coming up. I've got one class coming up June 14th. If you're a local here, I'm teaching an Introduction to Shamanic Journey class at Aura Song Gifts in Auburn, Saturday, June 14th from noon to 3. You can get the information either on my Facebook page, Perching Wolf Studios Facebook page, or on my website, perchingwolfstudios.net. And I would love to have you. Space is limited. The space is limited. I can have only about 9 students in that space. So sign up so you get your spot. And I'm going to have more classes coming. I also mentor people one-on-one if that is more your speed. I ask for a commitment of 6 sessions, usually monthly, to help you find your unique path. It's not to rubber stamp you in the ways that I follow to give you all the techniques. Like my teacher, Sandra Ingerman, says, it's not techniques that heal, it's love that heals. And so my job is to support you in finding the path that most resonates with your heart, that makes your heart sing, because that is the indication that you are connecting to spirit. I think that's it. So again, I ask you to please share this video. If you know anyone that needs a little sacred space, a little prayer, whatever it is, please share this video. If you enjoyed this and you want to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, I have my PayPal and Venmo links in the description. I also have links to a couple of blogs. One which is my comics. I'm also a cartoonist, and I do a lot of comics on my shamanic life, so you can check those out. My website has links where you can order them, and a couple of coloring books I did with the totem animals. And anyway, I hope that is helpful. I think that's it for the announcements. I hope you enjoyed our time together. And I will drum and release our sacred, safe and sacred space. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your energy, your love, your prayers. You can watch this again if you want Sacred Space. You can look at my YouTube channel. Please subscribe and like my videos. I have over 5 years worth of these ceremonies and readings and all kinds of things. So check it out, subscribe. That helps other people find me, so that is helpful to me as well. And I hope you will come back next week. Invite your friends. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining. All right, bye now.